Without a question, 2021 was a fantastic year for mixed martial arts, MMA, and Ultimate Fighting Championship fans everywhere. In the span of a year, there were several events worthy of your attention, from spectacular knockouts to inspiring comebacks. Of course, it might be difficult to foresee the path of a full year in MMA. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Complete Sports YouTube channel. Today we are talking about fights that every MMA fan wants to see by the end of 2022. 2022 has been full of surprises too. Just who would have thought we would see Kamaru Usman get dethroned after UFC 278's brutal head kick? With the year soon coming to a close, there are still a number of MMA bouts the fans would love to see. Let's take a look at some fights the fans would love to witness. Jorge Masvidal vs Leon Edwards. Jorge Masvidal and Leon Edwards have quite a backlog of history. Starting in 2019, they fought in the shadows of London UFC's event in the backstage area. Following almost 2 years of heated verbal exchanges, they were scheduled to settle the beef at UFC 269 in December 2021. However, when Masvidal got hurt, the fight was called off. As it stands, the fight doesn't look like it will happen anytime soon. After all, since then, Edwards has been crowned king of the welterweight division when he defeated Usman in the late round in a spectacular knockout. Masvidal currently sits in 9th place, having lost all 3 of his last fights. That being said, it would be great to see Masvidal and Edwards finally clash in the octagon. Leon Edwards vs Kamaru Usman. Edwards knocks out Usman to become new UFC champion. Kamaru Usman is currently ranked 4th in the pound-for-pound list, and it's for good reason. Out of 20 fights, Usman only lost 2, one of which is his recent knockout defeat to Edwards. Since 2015, Usman has dominated the welterweight division, not losing a single fight. He in fact beat Edwards back on December 19th of 2015. Many fans were upset with the Usman loss, especially since he was clearly winning the fights and was well ahead on the judges' fight cards. All that being said, in the fighting game, all it takes is a split second, and someone hits the canvas trying to figure out what just happened. Usman was dominating in terms of striking, with 189 total strikes by the end of the fight compared to Edwards' 64. To be fair, when looking at significant strikes, Usman had 83, while Edwards boasted 55, which, although less, is quite a considerable percentage. Conor McGregor vs Nate Diaz 3. Whether you're a fan or even a hater, and regardless of his current losing skid, Conor McGregor is, and always will be, MMA's biggest star, and any discussion of the Irishman's comeback to the octagon is sure to thrill his legion of followers. Although currently on a 2-fight losing streak against Dustin Poirier, the former double champ is in preparation for his highly anticipated return. The Notorious has significantly bulked up, with many signs pointing to a comeback to welterweight, where he would encounter his arch-nemesis, Nate Diaz, for the much-wanted trilogy fight. The reliability of the Diaz surname stands on its own and requires no introduction. The younger brother has lost 2 straight and wants a victory just as badly as McGregor does. When these 2 combatants finally meet, it will not only be the greatest bout of the year, but also a fitting conclusion to one of the most passionate rivalries in UFC history, especially since they currently sit with a win each. Jon Jones vs Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou calls out Joshua and Fury after UFC title win. Francis Ngannou recently called out Joshua and Fury after his title fight win. That being said, it's not the fight fans really would like to see. After 2 years away from the cage, former UFC title holder Jon Jones still remains one of the most entertaining mixed martial arts athletes to watch. Despite his issues outside of the cage, seeing Bones returning to the octagon is an exciting spectacle, and it is widely anticipated that Jones would make a run now at UFC heavyweight title held by Francis Ngannou. After successfully defending his UFC championship against former interim champ Ganu during last month's UFC 270, the Predator has had a rough patch with the company over his current wage and is being refused a contract extension. On the other hand, the matchup between 2 of the best heavyweight fighters in the world is the most anticipated event of the year for mixed martial arts fans. So guys, that was all about today's topic. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.